Is anything happening? Whoa. Make sure my microphone's on. All right, I think I'm live. Test, test. Test, test. Can you guys hear me? Let's see. All right, hello, can we hear me? Hello? This is a test stream. I don't think anybody's out there. Oh, wait, where's the phone? Test? Where's my all right, this is gonna go over here. I'm gonna move this dashboard over here. All right. Test, test. Make sure my mic's not too high. Bump this deep. Let me see. How can I change? Zero. Hello, hello, hello. Okay, not too bad. I hear myself. Not too bad. All right. So, early morning watching. Turn that down. Let's see if I can share this. Let's just play around for now. All right. Back. Okay, so here's the link. So it says I got one person viewing. All right, let me try sharing that with that. See, how can I access it from my phone? So content. Let's just email this to myself. All right. Oh, everybody see all that? I wonder how far the delay is. Story. See if anybody joins. Log out of that one. Just playing in the background. All right. Anybody joins, just go ahead and drop in the chat. All right, let me start playing with this design. Quit messing around. All right. Can I pop the screen up here? Oh, sweet. I can see my chat from there. Where's my other chat window? If anyone's watching, sorry, I'm first time using OBS to stream, so I'm trying to figure things out. But yeah. Where's my live chat window? Did it drop behind these? I got this one over here. Here it is. All right. Let's start inking this bad boy. I'm gonna brush my activity. Okay. My toolbox on. No, not from your clip. Oh, because of the lasso full. Okay. All right. See what size we want to make this brush. I've checked this for you. All right, I'm gonna minimize this window a little bit, so that way I can have a chat at the same time. All right, there we go. Now it shouldn't disappear. Oh, it just disappeared again. So weird. Oh, there we go. Turn another one. There you go. Quickly slide. Hold on. How do I get here? Attach. All right, here we go. Now we're in business. I'll shrink this down. Get more room so I can see the chat. There we go. Perfect. All right. Let's start inking this. That's a good size. Was a 40 brush? Let's do 25. All right. I think next time I'll schedule one. See if I can get more people to pop in. Sure, my light source gonna be coming. I think I'm gonna have it come from the right. Yeah. So this back side will be a thicker line. Like background music for me. All right. Can I still hear myself? Yeah. OBS back on. All right. Oh shit! I'm making the wrong layer. What a rookie move. Oh well. Good thing no one's here to witness it. All right. Let's retry that. Someone here in that real. Post a TikTok too, see if that brings anyone in. All right. So if anybody joined the chat, right now we're just playing around doing a sticker design. I'm doing this Chibi Wolverine. So if you joined in, welcome, welcome. Let me see. I think that should round a little bit more this way. Send this to another layer. Yeah, something like that. All right, so let's see. Let's get back to inking this. So yes, this is a sticker design that I'm working on for. I got an event coming up next weekend. I've been lagging, so I got to get a bunch of stuff worked out for this. So I was gonna try to do a new print, but I don't think I'm gonna have time because I gotta finish some commissions, and I've been noticing stickers been doing way better anyway. So I think I'm just gonna focus on a new sticker, some more sticker designs for this event. All right, so. Yeah, I've been on a big chibi like run lately. I don't know why I've been really enjoying drawing these little chibi characters. They're like super fun. So all right, let's draw these beard hairs. Probably gonna switch my brush to something a little more consistent. Maybe like this. No, I don't like that. Let's just go back to our same one. We'll just. I don't want them to be all the same length of line because it's kind of like scraggly. Let's draw his the shadow for his upper lip or bottom lip. Sorry. Yeah, something like that. Alright, so now go back to inking his neck. Draw his little shoulder muscles. I want to make his shoulder cauldron a little spikier. Because Wolverine is supposed to be dangerous. So we want as many sharp angles and sharp spiky areas we can get him. Oops. All right. That's looking pretty cool. Let's give him a little definition for his like rib cage. Okay, so now let's do his X belt right here. Do my polyline lasso so I can make these edges nice and sharp. Alright, now let's finish drawing his lower legs, or his legs. Get a little wrinkles in his underwear thing here. Okay, so if anybody's watching in the chat and you got any questions, feel free to ask, whether about process or if you're curious about the application I'm using or have any questions about Clip Studio Paint. I'll try my best to answer what I can. And for anyone that's just joining, right now I'm working on a Wolverine sticker design in this kind of like chibi style. I've been really like hooked on drawing these like chibi versions of the Marvel characters. Probably gonna do some DC characters too, but I don't know, I've just been having fun with this, just kind of switching it up, different from my normal style of drawing. I've been doing a lot of sticker designs and stuff, so trying to have fun with that, which I really am. I've been having fun making stickers. They're pretty cool. Alright, let's draw this other hand. So not really sure how to make these blades look like they're coming at you, but I think that works. This one I feel like it's not working, so let's do this one. I'm gonna probably do it the same way as this one, but make it a little less curved. Hell yeah, do a spawn. That's what I'm talking about, bro. I need to do a little spawn sheep. That'll be fun. Surprised you're up this early. You're up before the sun comes up, dude? It's unheard of. I'm just playing, bro. Let's flip the canvas. See how that's looking. Looking pretty good. I don't like this line though, so let's fix that. let's draw the details of his costume. Your notification woke me up. That's a good thing then, bro. Oh, shit. That's funny. All right, his belt's red. Okay. All right, let me see. So I'm gonna cheat this, and I'm just gonna copy this arm over, so I don't have to redraw it again. Copy. I'm gonna paste it, and then we're gonna flip it, and then move it over. Bring it down just a little bit. There we go. Line that one up, and then we'll erase this line. There we go. Give it a quick flip. Have them dance. Alright, let me merge my layers back together so I don't have so many freaking layers. Select the layers. Alright. It's looking pretty good. We'll do the blacks on his mask, and then we can just start coloring this real quick. Alright, oh, I gotta do the blacks right here, these two, so. Look at my Wolverine reference real quick. Yeah. They're not solid black. You know what, I'm gonna do that in the color stage. So what we'll do now, I'm gonna add a little bit of black to the mask for the areas I know they're gonna be solid black. So my light's coming from this way. So we know this area right here will be black. And back here, this area is going to be black because the light's not going to hit it. Let me see what other areas. This area's, I do want to add a little bit of bounce light, so I don't want to make that fully black. Under the eyelids, are going to be fully black. Yeah. Let's see. That should be good enough. We'll do everything else in the color stage. Alright. You see, his boots are blue, right? Just want to make sure. Yeah, his boots are also blue. Oh, he does have some black lines. So he does have these like black lines that run like this. And it creates like this little design motif. And then we'll cut a line through here, so just make that line thinner. There we go. So now let's do the same thing over here. I think I'm gonna draw this one in instead of using the lasso. Oops. So we're gonna have this come here. gonna run across his foot. I don't like the way this foot looks. I'm gonna change the shape a little bit. There we go. That looks a little bit better. There we go. That looks better. All right, let's add the rest of the black area right here. Clean up this line right here. This line's kind of ugly. Fix this point right here. No, I'm not liking this leg. I think I'm just going to copy the other one over. Yeah, I like that better. There we go, that's better. Alright, let me re-merge these layers. Alright. Connect this on. Let's bump up some of these line weights so it gets them. So this line will be thicker because it's facing away from the light. His lower pec would be thicker. This line's thicker. Under his belt would be thicker. Let's bump these lines up a little bit on this blade. So since this is facing more towards the camera, this is going to appear bigger, the lines, compared to lines that are further back. Oops. All right, let me find a better way so I can get a cleaner stroke. All right, there. Oh, still shitty stroke. All right, there we go. That's better. So we're going to bump all these line weights in the front. So it appears like his hand's coming more forward. And I'll push the rest of his arm back in space. There we go. That looks pretty good. Now see the difference between this one and that one? How this whole arm seems kind of flat and this one seems like it's coming further out and this back part of the arm is kind of going back in space. That has all to do with the line weights. So I still want to kind of bump up the line weights for the lines facing away from the light. Now remember, I got my light kind of coming from the right up here. Alright, that looks pretty good. So let's do the same thing over here. Bump up these lines. All right, that looks pretty good. Gotta bump up this back part of the arm. All right, let me see. I want to add a little bit of just some lines like right here. Let's do a little bit of rendering in his shoulder pauldron. So we'll add some black. So, okay, we'll add some black down here. I want to leave a little bit of rim lighting around the edge. We're gonna add a little bit of rendering lines. All right, that looks pretty good. All right. I think that looks pretty good. Let's start coloring this. So we're gonna change these. Change these back to our regular lines so they're black. All right, that's cool. All right. So now let's create our color layers. So we're gonna start off with our element layer, and what the element layer is pretty much setting your base. So that way, if I want to make it works mostly when you have multiple characters, but I still like to do it even for a single character. So say if I had multiple little characters on here, I would create a selection for each character. So that way, if I wanted to go and adjust the entire one character, I can make a selection for him. So if that makes any sense. So right now I'm gonna use the lasso tool. I'm gonna work on making this selection. We're just gonna select the entire character, and then we'll break it off and then start doing our flats and everything like that. I'm gonna fix that little squiggle right there. I don't like that. I'll do it later though. Almost got everything. Gotta do this hand now. All right, so now let's kind of go through. Okay, so see, we're missing a little bit of a selection down here. Fill that in. See if there's anywhere else that we're missing a selection. Right here, it's going a little bit out of our selection area, so we don't need that. Delete that. Looks pretty good. All right, there's a couple of inking mistakes I want to fix real quick. I want to fix this. Right here, I don't like the way this weird little lines are coming out. That looks pretty good. How long have I been streaming for? 45 minutes. All right. Looks pretty good. I don't know, maybe I'll jump on TikTok and stream for a little bit over there. Alright, let me end this stream. I don't got anybody here anyways, I don't think. I'll just finish it right here. Alright, so now that we got the element layer set up, we're going to work on our flats. So now, what else is cool about doing it on the creating your elements layer and then copying it over for your flats layer? So like right now, anything that's orange that's selected, I would need to make sure I isolate the specific area I want. But if it's outside of the orange, it doesn't really matter. So for example, like I said, we're doing flat, so the colors really don't matter at this point. See, so now I can just select, I can just only color pretty much what's in that layer, or what's in that selection. So that's pretty neat. All right. So now let's start doing the flats on this. So right now we're working on doing the flats for the mask. Well, not the full mask, but the ear parts. So we want to make sure we take the eyes out. We don't want those to be colored in. Deselect this area. Alright, and then like I said, the colors don't matter at this point. We're just separating colors. So it's gonna be all kind of oddball, weird colors, and that's fine. Oops. We accidentally take this part out. Alright. So let's do this areas that are black. I gotta fix this real quick. I'll make sure this area gets filled in. Okay, so now, where's my reference at? We just want all the dark areas. I don't know what the hell song this is, but I don't like it. Okay. Yeah. Oh, what the heck? I fixed that already. Oops. Yeah. Wrong letter. Alright. There we go, so we got that. Let's do his eyes real quick. Just make those white. Or just a different color. So now we're going to do all the areas that are blue. Just random blue color. Those underwear is blue, and his boots are blue. Oh, his gloves are blue too. His belt. Is belt yellow or black? It's red. His belt's red. A little flash of color. And his boots are what? His boots are blue. Alright, I just realized I did this X symbol wrong. Should be the opposite way. Oops. Alright, let's fix that real quick. That's why you should always look at your reference. Alright, let's do this real quick. Turn off these so I can see the symbol underneath. Alright. Let's go back to our inking brush. We'll fix these lines. Alright, yeah, so his just a big old X across. I want to make it like a thick ass X though. There we go. That looks better. Alright. So yeah, his belt is red, so this part's red also. We gotta do his skin and his teeth. Let's do his teeth first. We'll just do a slightly different color than that so we can use a selection later. Alright, now let's do his face. Okay, now we gotta do his claws. Make that a separate selection for our flats. And then, in case, yeah, he has no sleeves, so you gotta make this skin tone. Alright, cool. Alright, so now we did that. Now we can do our actual base color. And so what I'm gonna do is I'm just gonna, doesn't really matter what color I select, so we're just gonna, oops. So then we'll go to the flats, we'll make that our reference there, and then we just start selecting certain areas and changing it to the colors we want. So I want this more like a dark blue. Maybe damn near black. I'm gonna do his yellow part of his suit. Yellow out. There we go. Darker, no one. Blues. Oh shit, I almost lost my microphone. Alright. Darken this blue up a little bit. Brighten it up. This is gonna be red. I think I'm gonna thicken the lines up a little bit around the edge of the belt. There we go. Okay, so now let's do his teeth. Those are just gonna be a white. Do the eyes. Those are also gonna be a white. Like a cooler white though. Alright, now we're gonna do a skin tone. Let's see. That looks pretty good. Now we're gonna do claws. Just gonna desaturate these, lighten them up a little bit. Might shift a little bluer. There you go. I like that color. Saturate them just a tiny bit more. There we go. That looks pretty good. I don't know if I want to add shadows. I just might leave them just a flat. To be honest, that looks pretty sick. If I'm gonna do that, I might as well just change these to pure black. That looks pretty sick. I like that right there. I kind of like how that looks. Just flat. Yeah, I think I'm just gonna leave it like that. Might just go in and add some like white highlights to the black areas. So let's do a highlight layer. This line's not fully black. There we go, that looks better. Oops. I think I'm gonna change these colors just slightly. So let's go to our brush, get our hard brush, and then we're gonna make it just a slightly darker. Like that, maybe a little darker. Nah, I like it just pure black. All right. Let's add some white. No, I don't like that. Look at some reference, see how they do it. Uh, yeah, like that looks good. Yeah, it looks tight. Yeah, that looks pretty dope. All right, let's add some more white. Back into this. Add some white to the claws. Mm, I don't know. Now I kind of want to render it. Let's throw those shadows, see what happens. Oops. All right, let's do. Let me see. That looks pretty good. Papa says sick. Tell him thank you. Appreciate that. The Wolverine. Wolvie Berserker style. Shing shing. Oops. Nope, didn't want to do that. I don't like the way this boot was shadowed. I think I'm gonna bump up the shadows on the blue areas because they aren't dark enough. So we'll just increase the contrast on that. There we go. All right, so now let me select that color since I'm gonna do more of these blue areas. You see the light's coming from here. It's too far up. I'll fix some of these shadows right here. Oops. Wrong shadow color. Let's add a little bit of striations. So the light's coming this way, so we'll have a cast shadow from this pauldron. I want the lighter one or the darker shadow? I want the darker shadows. Alright, so light's coming this way.
Are you still streaming?
Yeah. What's going on?
How are you streaming?
On OBS.
Oh.
Hold on, guys. I'll be right back. All right. Let me see. I gotta do the shadows on this arm. So this part is gonna be a shadow. Probably the underside will be a shadow. Do his face up here. Okay, so I have the highlight coming down here. We'll probably put a little bit of shadow under his lip. Maybe have a little bit of shadow coming around the bottom of his jaw. Maybe some shadow from the mask. We'll do some shadows on his teeth. Go back to the lighter shadow because it's white. We don't need it super dark. Oh, maybe, hold on. I like that darker shadow better. Right. Let's do his claws now. I think that's pretty much it. Let's go with the lighter shadow. Let's see, which one do I like better, the darker shadow or the lighter shadow? I like the lighter shadow. Let's see. Oh, decisions. Let's go with the darker shadow. Plug it. Alright, now let's do this claws. So this claw is really facing away from the light. So these ones are going to be a lot darker. There we go. Let's turn off our background layer. Let's turn off our paper layer, and then we're gonna give it the We'll put everything in one folder. And this way we can add an effect to it. So we're gonna go to our layer properties, and then we're gonna add a white border around it. So lately I've been doing about 30 for the white border. Yeah, that looks pretty good. Maybe 35. Yeah. Alright. That looks good. Alright, well, so this sticker is pretty much ready to get cut out and made into a sticker. So for anyone that hung out, thank you. For my brother that popped in, if you're still there, appreciate you, brother. Appreciate you showing up. And yeah, catch you guys in the next one. Later.